Hey everybody, how are you? It's Peter again for MLB Trade Rumors and Discussions. It's Wednesday, March 18, 2020. We're going to keep this going every single day, regardless of no baseball, just like I told you guys. Two things I want to talk about today. The first thing is, since there's no baseball, do you think teams should be playing in front of no fans? Right? That's one. And two, I'm up to the Brewers now, since we're going alphabetically about every single team, and now we're up to the Brewers. So first, I want to talk about should they be playing with no fans. Now, I'm a WWE fan. I was watching wrestling the other day. It's rough to watch when there's no fans. It's just not the same excitement, right? Which is why fans make up everything that you do. That's why it's very important to have the fans. If you don't have fans, I mean, forget just the money. I mean, everything else is just like, oh God, everything just goes down. You know, the excitement, everything. It's not the same. It's not that same mentality. It just shows you. So when people say, hey, where this team is ours, regardless if you're a part of the team or you're a fan, it is we, because if you root for that team, it's we. Somebody said that recently that I read about, and I completely agreed with them. A lot of people say, yeah, do you play? Do you do this? No, because I don't play, but I sacrifice my time to watch you. I stay with them. I know everything about them, so I feel like that's part of the team. So that's exactly why. There nobody's nothing without the fans. The fans are there for sports. They root you on. They cheer you on. They pay for the money. They pay for that. Where do you think this is coming from? Anyway, let's talk about. Do you think there should be no fans? For me, I would like to see that. I would like to see baseball just so it can be played, just so something can happen. I would like to see teams play with exactly no fans and let the games go at least for a month or two. I don't like the idea of having to wait and nobody's around and everything, but I mean, I know that's not possible because now it's getting even worse. But I would have thought, I wasn't too sure about it, but I would have liked to seen it. I would have liked to see the umpire still there and everybody on the field, make sure these guys are getting checked up before, right? Test these sports players out before. If everybody's okay, let them play. You test the guys who are there, let them play in baseball, put it on TV for people to watch when they're stuck at home. If people are home and they're not going to be able to go out for a few months and it's up, why can't you play the game outside? Figure it out. See what happens. I would love to see that. I don't think it's ever going to happen, but it's just something that I thought would be really great because I'll tell you, everybody would tune in, especially when they're home. The ratings will go skyrocket. What else are you going to do? So it'd be a wonderful thing to see teams play. And I know it would be hard because of the traveling and it would be a little bit more difficult, but I'm sure they can figure that part out. It'd be great to see. All right, that's just my thought and kind of my selfish thought. Second, let's talk about the Brewers. The Brewers used to be a really good team. They had their chances a few years, and now they've lost a few players. And the reason why the Brewers are going backwards and the Reds have taken over, at least that type of team, is their pitching is gone. They don't have good pitching. So right now, their main guy is Woodruff, who's a good pitcher, but after that, but with Hauser and they got Brett Anderson, who I don't understand a lot of these guys. Brett Anderson's a good pitcher, but only because he was pitching in Oakland. That when you pitch these guys outside of it, they don't do well. That they just I don't get it. He's their number 3. Lindblom is their number 4, another guy who's injury prone. It's just rough to look at the Brewer pitching staff. Now they're hitting, right? They got one of the best hitters in the world in Yelich. But who's protecting him? Their second baseman, Hiura, is a beast. This guy, I believe, had 19 home runs in a very limited amount of games. He was terrific. So they got a couple solid players, They moved Braun to first, which I think is going to help him stay healthy for a while. I love the move for Justin Smoke because Smoke is probably hit 30-something home runs. They got, they have a good team. But I don't believe, Kane is getting older, and I don't believe they have enough. I love the move for Navarez. He played really well in Seattle. He's a good catcher. He's not going to cost nowhere near what Grandal cost. And he's probably going to put up pretty similar numbers. Don't let that guy fool you. He can play. So the Brewers did a wonderful thing there. Hader, I think, is going to take a step back. I think people are starting to catch on to Hader, and I think they're timing him more. That's why I don't see him. I can easily see him either getting injured or his velocity going down. Okay? I just see the Brewers struggling just for their pitching staff. Their hitting is still going to be there. They're still going to do wonderful things with that team, but it's just it's going to be very difficult to pitch. Unless somebody steps up for that Brewer rotation, and I'm wrong, I don't see it, man. I don't see it. It's a shame because they were close a few years ago, When they had Moustakas and everything, they were going for it. They were going for the game, and they were very close. And I mean, they had enough too many infielders, but they had a shot. They played the Dodgers very well, and it was a great series. And it's tough because when you get there, you gotta capitalize because it just goes to show you how hard it is to get back there. It's very difficult. And now but at least they got some young, solid players. And the problem with Yelich is like people are gonna just pitch around this guy until somebody helps him out. I wouldn't pitch to him. He's just a freaking animal. I wouldn't pitch to him. It's almost like the Joey Votto thing back in the day when Votto was so amazing. I just don't pitch to him. Hey, let somebody else beat you. I'm not letting Yelich. He can hit any lefty, right. It doesn't matter. That's just my opinion on the Brewers, guys. I can't. Let me know if you think that baseball should be played without fans for the first few months. It's just an opinion. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.